Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Really appreciating you taking time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciated, so thank you in advance. We're here to talk about a fighting game that was put on a very unlikely destination, but this is one of the best fighting games, I'm telling you. This is Tatsunoko versus Capcom. So if you are unfamiliar with this particular entry, this is post Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but this is pre Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So there was this weird period, right, where fighting games kind of, they kind of disappeared, right? And then you get the kind of Capcom's like, okay, I guess you guys want fighting games for better or for worse. So we're going to start making fighting games again. And this was along with Street Fighter 4, like the resurgence. Now the putting on the Switch, and I don't know the details until, why that decision was made. I'm sorry, the Wii. I don't know why I always get those two confused. But the decision to put it on the Wii was like, all right, this was kind of weird, right? But this game is really, really good. Now, I am an anime fan, but I am not the premier anime fan. And there are some of the older things that I don't know about, and a lot of the newer stuff I definitely don't know about. So the character list on this game was very different as well, because, at this point we had SNK versus Capcom, we had Marvel versus Capcom, but nothing to this degree where you had all of these characters who were based on anime characters. And with Capcom at this point, they also had a bunch of other IPs that weren't Street Fighter, so they didn't have to just rely on it. Now you do get Ryu, Chun-Li, you get Alex from 3, which they were always trying to sneak Alex in there. Like when they did the Capcom Fighting Evolution, they want to sneak Alex in there. Like Street Fighter 3 representation, they always wanted to put that in there, which is another reason why I personally thought, I guess Street Fighter 3 did well, because, they were always throwing Alex on stuff. But you also get Batu from Rival Schools, which we thought was, crazy, because they used to act like that game didn't exist. And then you even get Soki from the Onimusha series, which we got to do a video on that. We get Mega Man Volnut, which is the Mega Man Legends Mega Man, which, one of my favorite Mega Man. So like, for me, I'm getting a lot of stuff. Now, on the anime side of things, I knew about people like Cashern, but like Yatterman, I had no idea who that was. Big Gold, I knew about. You got the mech from Lost Planet, like the character selection, beautiful joke. Like I can just keep going on, but like these characters were so different as far as the makeup on it. Like it was just, I was happy to be getting a crossover game, but then like the character selection is really fun and different. And me personally, I don't mind when games are not necessarily balanced, because I'm not a competitive player. So like, I get it. So there are a lot of like, you can get, I don't know if it's necessarily, one hit kills as far as like one combo, but you can do some very nutty stuff, because it's got the Marvel vs. Capcom assist stuff in it. So you can extend combos and things like that. It's just, to me, it's fast-paced, fun action. It's one of those games where I'm getting cooked in it sometimes, and I'm like, cool, it doesn't matter. It's just fun. The different, like all the artwork and stuff you can look at, I thought was really cool. You can see all the different styles of, the same different characters, but done in different art styles. They put the shop on there, but this time, there's not a lot of extra characters. I know Frank West was someone that was in it that you have to unlock, and a couple other people. But for the most part, I really liked just even the base character selection. Sometimes these games come out and I'm like, I shouldn't have to unlock such and such. But with this, I thought there was a really good selection of them. And the moves, they're still over the top. They're still crazy. They used a new Morgan sprite. For those who know what happened with the Morgan sprite, they used a new one. They had to make one because it's not quite sprites. They're kind of, they're 3D, but still a 2D fighter. So we forced their hand on that regards. They couldn't use the same sprite again. But I just remember this game being like really good, but I also knew, because it was on the Wii, that it wasn't going to sell that well. And it was going to be a game that was going to be hard to find. And, lo and behold, this is one of the games that are really hard to find. But it was really good. And we get this, and then we go into like Marvel 3, and we kind of have our, new Capcom fighting game renaissance being completed there. But I always thought this game is like never gets talked about. And I know the licensing thing with all the different properties that they had and all the different like companies that own all the licenses made it very difficult, and we probably will never get anything again. I would love for them to at least like put it on PC. That would be really cool. But you know, it's almost like, you know, rival schools for me at this point, where it's like, hey man, you remember that really cool game we used to play that, you know, didn't really get that much of a run, and everybody would be like, yeah, you know, that was pretty cool. I wonder if we'll ever see that again. And then we all kind of realized like probably not. But you know, they did some things that were very different. The fact that you could have the big enemies that would be one life bar instead of having, you know, 2 individual characters, and you know, the damage output would definitely reflect that, but also like you're a big target as well, so there will be things that you can't really deal with being that big. But you know, just having that option I thought was really cool, because you know, a lot of games, they kind of, again, balance is something that a lot of fighting games have to try to, you know, strive for, and this game was just like, nah, let's just have some fun. So if you get the opportunity to play this, you're a fan of fighting games, you're a fan of the crossover style games, the animes, and just all of the different contents. You even got like Karis in there, and great game. Play it, enjoy it, and hopefully we get some sort of like, not an HD remake, but just a port of it, because it was a really good game, as you can see. But if you do know about this game, who is your favorite team? You know, I was still partial to the Capcoms, but I will say that the Jun the Swan and Yatterman team was one of my teams, just because I just like the fact that he's got a ball on the string and she's got a yo-yo. It's like the string team. Get it? No? All right. Appreciate you letting me reminisce with you. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe.